Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. And well, Barcelona are now out of the Copa del Rey. We've been defeated 3-2 by Athletic Club after extra time. We are out of the competition at the round of 16 stage, and just a week after being defeated by Real Madrid in the Super Cup, we're now also out of the King's Cup. So for Barcelona, that's 2 trophies lost there in the space of a week. And you got to say, on the night, Athletic thoroughly deserved to go through. I thought Barcelona were very poor, actually, all night long. That was not a good performance at all. And that was actually quite worrying to see, as we had quite a few players back for that game. However, it looks like we've also gone ahead and lost a few more now through injuries. Certainly Pedri and Ansu Fati pulled up there. Not a good night for Barcelona. More misery really compiled on the team, and that was not good at all. And let's kickstart then with the Barcelona lineup, because we do have a lot to talk about today. It's actually interesting to note that on Athletic's side, they started with Iñaki Williams on the bench for this game. He later came on and, of course, did cause us issues. His brother Nico Williams did start, though, and he certainly did cause us issues. For Barcelona, I wouldn't say it was exactly as expected, but it was along those sorts of lines. The goalkeeper and defence pretty much remain the same nowadays. I suppose that's a positive, although you've got to say almost all 5 of those players were not up to par tonight. That was really, really poor to watch, actually. I thought, especially with the ball. The midfield of Busquets, Xavi and Pedri, I thought could have worked better. Maybe Pedri was the only one who played well today. And then up front, Ferran Torres scored a screamer, played 120 minutes, but I'm not sure how well he played either. You got Abde in there too, who was hooked at half-time, and Jules Glan never really got into the game. So, of course, lots of subs were made later. But, I mean, look, it didn't take long to recognise that Barcelona were not playing well in this game. And actually, Athletic had scored within about 90 seconds of action here. It's poor defending again from Barcelona. Again, you got to say, Jordi Alba gets absolutely skinned by Nico Williams. As I say, about 60 seconds into the game. The way the ball then falls to Iker Muniain, you think it's over. It's a brilliant finish there by Muniain, who I've got to say was superb all night long. Absolutely dominated us. Ter Stegen in goal, not ideal. Dani Alves doesn't close the ball down either. Piqué and Araujo didn't clear it in the first place, and again, Jordi Alba got completely exposed there by Nico Williams, and that wasn't going to be the last time that happened on the evening. So yeah, Barcelona, shocking start, and I think a game we had quite a lot of hope for. That was an abysmal beginning. And you've got to say, things didn't really improve for Barcelona. I thought, actually, in that first 15 minutes, we were just woeful. I think all night long, actually, which I'll get into a bit later too, I'm sure I will. We just never actually progressed the ball. I thought we really struggled with that today. And certainly whenever we come to San Mamés, we just seem to suffocate. We can't actually get out, guys. And it just feels like we're coming off of like an 8-hour flight whenever we're playing here. We really look leggy. We can never get the ball out, like I said. We can't break lines with our passing. And it just makes the game very, very difficult to watch. And of course, for the players, very difficult to play. However, it did it like it was game on, as about 20 minutes in, Ferran Torres scored an absolute golazo out of nowhere for Barcelona. Look, it's a good combination on the left-hand side. I think Gavi's involved, Alba's involved, then Busquets is involved, but it's all Ferran Torres. It's a brilliant finish by Ferran. He's a player we've got very high hopes for. I thought he had an okay game, but that's a brilliant finish. I still think he needs to adapt more, like I've said. But I think that was an amazing goal by Ferran Torres. And to be fair, in this sort of game, when you know it's going to be cagey and tough to break down Athletic, that was brilliant and much needed. But like I say, I still thought all half long and pretty much all game long, actually, we were just nowhere near good enough. We were abysmal, actually, I thought. And the chances started to come up 5 minutes later, despite Jules Glan having a header that went just over the bar. De Marcos also had a good chance. And Nico Williams was massively exposing Jordi Alba. You had Muniain, who had a header that went just over the bar too. Again, Nico Williams got in. He beat Araujo to the ball, and he had a great effort, actually denied very well by Marc-André Ter Stegen. But for Barcelona, it was just so poor. And like I said, actually, I thought actually transmitting the ball from the defence to the midfield and then to the attack was such a big issue for us today. We never ever split any lines with our passing, and we looked so lethargic, so tired all game long. And then when Athletic had the ball, they ran all over us. Our defence could not cope today. It usually can't in these sorts of intense matches, and it happened yet again today. We know changes need to be made in that department in the summer. It's just plain obvious and clear. And I think it has been actually for a lot of years now. But again today, the ball progression out the back I thought was absolutely shocking. And I've gone ahead and listed quite a few Athletic chances there, but actually on a stroke of half-time, they had a heap more chances, guys. They were absolutely running all over us. There were some big chances for Athletic towards the end of the half. I think it was Piqué who came in with a monstrous block, actually, to deny Ollán Sánchez after Dani Alves just gave the ball away so carelessly. From the resulting corner, Dani Garcia had a header just saved off the line by Ter Stegen. And at half-time, I think the good thing for Barcelona was that it was only 1-1, because honestly that performance was nowhere near good enough. I've listed quite a few things there, I'll probably list even more, but we were so lethargic, dreadful at getting the ball out the back. We looked broken, tired, unenergetic, unwillful, and I just thought all half long that was such a dreadful performance from Barcelona. And I must say, it did carry on into the second half. I think that's honestly true. Look, changes were made. I don't think there were as many chances in the second half, certainly not at the start of it. The first 20 minutes were actually quite dull. Changes were made, like I said. Abde came off at half-time for Nico. Iñaki Williams came on for Athletic Club. It was Ansu Fati and De Jong who also emerged from the bench for Barcelona. You maybe thought that was going to add a bit of impetus into our attack, into our football. But no, it really didn't. And look, I still think Athletic were probably just a better team in that second half. It was about the 70th minute. I was just thinking to myself, this is dreadful from Barca. It's really, really bad. And I think you could actually see all night long who actually thought we were going to win this game, honestly, because I think you could just see the way we were performing. I think we all knew we were heading home here. There was no way we were going to get through this football match. We didn't deserve it. I think we knew what was coming. 85 minutes, Athletic free kick, and it's deserved. It's a dreadful goal to concede. The marking is shocking. We know we're poor from set pieces. We know Athletic are strong from set pieces. Ter Stegen comes out, kind of flaps it. He gets a touch from it. It falls to Íñigo Martínez. And I just don't even know how to describe this goal. Piqué kind of doesn't clear it. He couldn't sort his feet out. Íñigo Martínez almost falls on the ball and just slots it into the near corner. And Barca behind in the 85th minute. And I just think that second half, it was a chance for us to push on after a poor first half and change some things and come out athletic. But we did absolutely nothing. We had no shots on target, guys, until extra time of the second half. We didn't look threatening at all. I thought also the fact that Xavi brought Nico on for Abde didn't help at all. We took our 4-3-3 formation out by doing that. We took our natural width out by doing that. And I just think it kind of unbalanced things. But certainly, the formation wasn't the main issue here. It was kind of, the attitude, the application of the game. And we did so far off it. Thankfully, with about 2 minutes left, it was Pedri who was going to come up with an unbelievable late goal to send Barcelona to extra time. This is a great goal, you got to say, from Pedri and for Barcelona. And it's certainly what Pedri deserves. I thought he was absolutely brilliant all night long. He's a special player. I thought he was superb when he came off the bench against Real Madrid in the Super Cup too. And today, again, he really showed his class. The goal for Barcelona is a good one. You got to say well done to Dani Alves for recovering the ball at the back post there. He kind of bicycle kicks it back in. And when it falls to Pedri there on his left foot, what a finish. Brilliant from Pedri. Good celebration, elation for Barcelona, and after a really, really tough 90 minutes, we were headed to extra time. And even then, after all the poor football, you still hoped and looked at the score and said, look, we're still in this game. Stranger things have happened in the Cup. We've been good enough, I suppose, to try and scrap something out of this game, but really, that never felt like happening. And just a few minutes into added time, it was Ansu Fati who went off with another injury, guys. It's what we were all worried about, and it's exactly what happened. Ansu got injured, Dest on. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Ansu now, of course. But it's not good news for Barcelona. And even worse news came for Barcelona on the stroke of half-time of extra time as we gave away a penalty given by VAR. Jordi Alba the handball there. Look, I think it was a little bit harsh, to be honest, but to be fair, in the second half of extra time, I think Piqué clearly fouled Iñaki Williams in the box. That wasn't given. This one was. And Munain steps up. I think probably the man of the match of the game, we've got to say, bar Pedri really for Barcelona. Steps up, strikes it past Ter Stegen, and Athletic there with 15 minutes to go in extra time. 3-2 up. And even more misery, guys, as Pedri then went off for Sergio Busquets. That's another injury. In the second half of added time, it looked like Piqué had pulled up too. He was struggling all night long. And for Barcelona, after the end of extra time, we are out of the Copa del Rey. Another trophy down the drain. And this one hurts far more than the Super Cup. The Super Cup was progressive for Barcelona. It was impressive. It was against the dominant Real Madrid team at the time. And we were brilliant against them. We really were. And also, we recovered a lot of injured players there. We got some big names back. And you know what's happened? We've gone ahead and lost 2 of them tonight. We're out of the Cup. We performed terribly, I think, in several facets of the game. That is really, really a dreadful performance. We concede way too many goals to be a top team right now. And we've also lost Pedri and Ansu Fati at the very least. So yeah, it's a really bad night for Barcelona, actually. It's another sad night for us fans. And it's a tough one to take. It really is. It's crap. It's not good enough. And I think we know that. I think we do know that, guys. We know what we're building, so, I don't think it's anything to go unbelievably crazy about, but certainly it is a game to bring criticism out of because it was a really poor performance. It's not something I don't think to brush over, actually. So it wasn't good enough from Barca. It really wasn't. And now what have we got left? Well, I think for a while now, focus, of course, will be on La Liga for at least a month. Then in February, it's the last trophy we've got available to win. The Europa League comes around. We've got Napoli in that one. One of the hardest opponents left in the round of 32. That's going to be a monumentally tough game. And that will be a real test for Xavi's Barcelona. Let's see if we've progressed a bit till then. But look, we've got to keep players fit. We've got to keep players on the pitch. And players like Pedri are going to be imperative for us for winning these sorts of matches. And if he's injured again now, Ansu as well, it's not looking great. It really isn't. So that's not good. And certainly, I think the main thing today, guys, is the performance. We've said a lot of times that with Xavi, it's not always the result. We're looking for development of the team. Well, today was nowhere near good enough. We looked just like we stayed in the dressing room for 120 minutes, and that's not on. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I'm sure you also have a lot to say. So please do feel free to leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys later. Good night.